So in our previous class, we were discussing that any person, if he is discussing if he's discussing about Krishna consciousness, so he should never emphasize on crowd. Very amazing thing, Srila Prabhupada ji says that we don't want stars. I don't want stars. I want moons. Because you will see in the sky, if there are like so many stars, one moon, the light of one moon will be more than that of those so many stars. So same way, we should focus on those people who are themselves interested to accept this auspicious process of Krishna consciousness. And we should not put our minds in all those stars. We should not actually put our energies to preach stars. We should put our energies to preach moons. Because, see, this is very much important that if you are preaching any person who is a moon, then even you are not aware of how many person that particular person will preach in future. Because we are not aware of, like, we are not aware about how much bhakti he has done in his past life. We can't estimate just by looking at any person that how much bhajan he might have done in his past life. So we should try to preach such people only who are interested to accept this process of Krishna consciousness. And we should not put our minds in those people who are just taking this process for granted. Now, one more case comes here that you will see many devotees, they accept Krishna consciousness, but at a particular period of time, they just feels like dropping it. They might not be feeling much enthusiastic to to basically continue this process. So at that point, we should appreciate them. We should encourage them in whatever services they are doing for Krishna. We should appreciate them from there only. It's not like, oh, he's not enthusiastic at all now, so let's just leave. Let's just leave him. No, we should encourage him so that he may be enthused to continue his services. Because sometimes like different phases comes in everyone's life, but everyone's handling power is not that strong to deal with situations. So devotees always help other people so that they may enthusiastically continue serving Krishna. So yes, let's just continue our discussion. Every intelligent man should at least experiment with Krishna consciousness. Yes. So many people they are habitual of exploring things. That I will do this, I want to explore this, I want to follow this process, that process. So at least for experimentation only, one should accept Krishna consciousness. So let's just explore this process also. And if he comes just for experimenting this auspicious process of Krishna consciousness, so Krishna will not let him go now. This is reality. Krishna will never let him go if once he come in contact to his consciousness, Krishna consciousness. He should say, all right, I have been enjoying this eating and sleeping for so many lives. These things were available for me to enjoy in my bird and animal bodies. Now, in this life, let me restrict the four principles of animalistic life: eating, sleeping, defending, and mating. And let me devote my time to developing Krishna consciousness. In this way, my life will be successful. So, you will see all of the things which we are doing. Ultimately, anybody who is doing anything, ultimately, he is serving these four principles only, these four necessities of body: eating, sleeping, defending, and mating, which we have been doing from eternal time. We have been doing these things in bird's body also when we were in bird's body. We have been doing this when we were in animal's body. We have been doing this when we were in insect's body. We have been doing this when we were in the body of an aquatic animal. But the association of devotees, we o- we only get association of devotees in human form of life, and that is also extremely rare. It is not kind of compulsory, means it is not obvious that everybody who has got this human form of life, he will get the association of devotees. Practically, you can see this, that in your own family only, there might be many members who have passed now, who has left this body, but they have never been serving Krishna in their whole life. Even though they got this precious human form of life, but they never got the association of devotees. So it is not obvious that even after getting this human form of life, one will surely get the association of devotees. That is because of the arrangement of Krishna only, or by the mercy of devotees. Devotees never differentiate that, oh, he belongs to an inferior caste, or he looks very ugly, so I should not tell about Krishna to him. No, devotees never differentiate like this. Devotees are even compassionate to animals, to birds. Is it not? Only devotees are like this. Very beautiful quote. His Holiness Radhanath Swami quoted that a life which is full of devotion, a devotional life, a selfless life, and a life full of compassion is actually the successful life. That you are selflessly serving others. Selflessly serving means you are selflessly telling people about Krishna so that they may get delivered from this material world. And devotional life means you are performing your devotional services nicely. And life which is full of compassion means you are compassionate for every living being, not only for human beings, but also for animals and birds. Devotees often feed Krishna remnants to even birds and animals so that they may got human form of life in their next life. One should know this thing, that any person who consume remnants of Krishna, he will surely get human form of life in his next life. And anyone who has got this human form of life in this lifetime, if he is not serving Krishna, but if he is consuming Krishna prasadam, he has consumed Krishna prasadam even for once, then he will surely get association of devotees in his next lifetime. Maybe in this lifetime also. We should understand that anything, like if anyone is somehow connected to Krishna in any way, then his life is becoming successful only. He is progressing in his life only. If anyhow he get connection of Krishna. So we have been doing all these things in like all the bodies, but we have any person, he is blessed if he has got a spiritual master in disciplic succession and devotee and association of devotees in this human form of life. So basically, we have been doing all these four things, bodies which we have been given, birds body, animals body, or even human body. We have been doing all these things, but we have been given spiritual master and association of devotees in this lifetime only, means human form of lifetime. So in this way, anyone who will understand this thing, he will set his life like this, that he may be able to serve Krishna nicely, and in this way his life will be successful. It is not that we have coined this term, Krishna consciousness. This is amazing. It's not like that Prabhupada ji has coined this term, Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness is the oldest phrase in the history of the world. Oldest phrase means from eternal time. Oldest doesn't mean that, yeah, it may came at a specific period of time. No. It's been there from eternal time. And how we know this? Lord Krishna himself is telling this in Bhagavad Gita. See this shloka, we'll try to recite this. मन्मना भव मद्भक्तो मध्याजी मां नमस्कुरु मामिवेशसि सत्यं ते प्रतिजाने प्रियोषिसि मे मन्मना भव मद्भक्तो मध्याजी मां नमस्कुरु मामिवेशसि सत्यं ते प्रतिजाने प्रियोषि मे मन्मना भव मद्भक्तो मध्याजी मां नमस्कुरु मामिवेशसि सत्यं ते प्रतिजाने प्रियोषि मे. Very interesting thing is that Krishna has quoted this same shloka twice. Now this is quite interesting. See in next page only. One more time Krishna has quoted this shloka. Once in 18th chapter and once in 9th chapter and again in 18th chapter. मन्मना भव मद्भक्तो मध्याजी मां नमस्कुरु मामिवेशसि युक्त्वे त्वम् आत्मानं मत्परायणः मन्मना भव मद्भक्तो मध्याजी मां नमस्कुरु मामिवेशसि युक्त्वे त्वम् आत्मानं मत्परायणः मन्मना भव मद्भक्तो मध्याजी मां नमस्कुरु मामिवेशसि युक्त्वे त्वम् Now anyone, Lord Krishna himself, if he is quoting same shloka twice, then one should understand that how important it is. Important means it is the summary of whole Bhagavad Gita, that you become devotee of Krishna. Anyone who will read Bhagavad Gita, then he must become devotee of Krishna if he has really read Bhagavad Gita. Always think of me, become my devotee. My means Krishna devotee. And Krishna's devotee means Krishna's devotee only. It's not like that you become devotee of that soul which is residing in Krishna. There is one famous man who has written a variation of Bhagavad Gita, translated it by his understanding, and he's very famous. So he has translated this shloka like this, that when Krishna is saying that you think of me, you become my devotee. So you don't have to devote to Krishna. You have to devote to that spiritual soul residing inside Krishna. Now, it is a huge offense, actually, that any person he is differentiating like this, that Krishna and his soul are two different things. This means he is thinking that that transcendental body of Krishna is not actually transcendental. It is material body. And that's why you don't have to devote to Krishna, but you have to devote to that spiritual spark residing in Krishna. See, intelligence is that whatever been written in Bhagavad Gita, person accept it as it is. Now, we are reading this where Krishna is saying this, that you don't become my devotee, you become devotee of that spiritual spark which is residing inside me. Krishna is not saying anywhere like this, but people speculate like this. They just interpret things like this, which is wrong. And that's why they are not devoted to Krishna, because they are speculating things like this. Straightforwardly, Krishna is telling here, Krishna is saying that always think of me. Means you think of Krishna. Become my devotee. You become devotee of Krishna. Worship me. You worship Krishna and offer your homage unto me. So whatever you are using, whatever you are consuming, you just give it to Krishna. You offer it to Krishna. One amazing pastime I want to share here of Shripad Ayendra Prabhuji. So once he asked a devotee to get eye drops for him. He was kind of having some issues in his eyes, might be. So that's why he asked a devotee to go and take eye drops. So when that devotee took those eye drops, so instead of putting those eye drops in eyes, and the Prabhu was doing like this, instead of putting it in his eyes, he he put those eye drops to the locket which he was wearing, locket of Govardhan Maharaj, Giriraj Maharaj. He was wearing it, Lord Govardhan. And instead of putting those eye drops in his eyes, he was putting those eye drops to that locket. He was actually offering it to Girirajji. So Prabhupada has told us, Krishna is telling us that whatever you are using, whatever you are consuming, you first of all offer it to me. So same way, Ayendra Prabhuji was following it to the pin. That yeah, even if I'm using this eye drops, then this also should be first offered to Krishna. So we should always do like this. Whatever we are using, whatever we are consuming, first of all, we should offer it to Krishna, because we are not the ultimate proprietor. Whatever we are getting, even the water or the medicine, this is actually Krishna consciousness. That you are so much conscious that whatever being given to you, it is of Krishna. And how can I use it before offering it to Krishna? So this is quite amazing. Whatever you are using, that can be anything. You can offer, you can pray from Krishna that, oh Krishna, thank you so much for providing me this facility. Now I will be able to serve you more nicely. Please bless me. So you can offer like this. Any particular whatever things you are using. And food, devotees offer, or they often offer. They always offer. Okay. So, yes, the result is that you will come to me without fail. I promise you this because you are my very dear friend. Krishna is promising this. What can be, as amazing as this? That just by whatever we are using, we just have to offer it to Krishna, and Krishna will take us to Him for always. And Krishna is promising this. This is quite amazing that whatever we are using, if we are offering it to Krishna, then also we will use it. And it's not like that Krishna is minimizing or decreasing that particular thing which you are offering to Krishna. But it makes a very huge difference that whatever materialistic things, even that might seem materialistic to you, but if you are offering it to Krishna, then it immediately becomes spiritual. And even very amazing thing, even if you haven't offered it yet, even if you are just thinking in your mind that, oh, I have got these beautiful flowers, very beautiful fragrant flowers, I will offer it to Krishna, then immediately, even just by your thought, that particular those flowers became spiritual. So this is quite amazing. This is called Krishna consciousness, that you are becoming more and more conscious about Krishna. Very beautiful line, isn't it? I promise you this because you are my very dear friend, or let's say you are my very dear devotee. Any person who is surrendering himself to Krishna, he is very, very dear to Krishna. Engage your mind always in thinking of me. Again, Krishna is telling same thing, that you engage your mind always in thinking of me. Very amazing thing His Holiness Radha Govind Maharaj was telling, that people have different interests. Some have interest in politics, some have interest in uh, whatever 𝗲𝗵𝗵𝗺𝗺 serials, and whatever they have different interests. But Krishna is so great that Krishna has performed all the pastimes related to every subject. So if any person, if he is interested in politics, so instead of hearing those rubbish political news, one should read Mahabharat. Very amazing politics in Mahabharat. An amazing thing is that if person is reading Mahabharat or anything related to Krishna, his purification is happening. So suppose any person, Maharaj was telling this thing, that any person, he's so much into watching all those movies about lovers, that how any girl is in love of any man, or any man is in love of any women. If even if he's interested in all these subjects and all these topics, then he may read uh, those chapters which is there in Srimad Bhagavatam 10th canto, where Lord Krishna has performed certain pastimes related to this subject. So, if any person who will hear such pastimes of Krishna, then his that lustiness will go away. It will just vanish away, because purification is happening anytime when you are hearing about Krishna. Every time purification happens. So this is quite interesting that even if you have different interests, people do have that. So you hear about Krishna related to that particular subject, and your those contaminated desires which are related to materialistic world will get vanish. They'll just go away. So this is the potency of thinking about Krishna. You are engaging your mind in thinking of Krishna. Engage your body in my service. Now, body also, uh, very interesting thing Prabhuji was telling related to this, that you will see there are many activities which are not directly Krishna Bhakti, but they are supporting Krishna Bhakti. Just like we take shower. Devotees often take bath twice, thrice in a day they take bath. But why? So that they may perform their activities with so much of purity. Cleanliness is next to godliness. So anyone who is taking bath in morning in Brahma Muhurat, why is he doing that? So that he may attend Mangla Aarti program, morning program. He may chant his rounds nicely. So even taking shower, taking bath is not directly Krishna Bhakti, but it is supportive. It is supporting Bhakti. So that is also service to Krishna only. And just like we do cooking and whatever activities we do, any person he is going market to purchase some vegetables. Now purchasing vegetables is not Krishna Bhakti. But what will we do with those vegetables? We'll cook it for Krishna, we'll offer it to Krishna, and that is also Krishna Bhakti. So those activities are supporting Krishna Bhakti. And surrender unto me. Completely absorbed in me. Surely will you come to me. Bhagavad Gita 18.65 and 9.34. One more point I wanted to mention here. What was that? Let me read this again. I might remember. Engage your mind always in thinking of me. Engage your body in my service and surrender unto me. Yes. So when Krishna is saying surrender unto me, then what does that mean? In Bhagavad Gita, 13th chapter, Krishna tells that a person, a devotee should perform avyabhicharini bhakti. Now, what is avyabhicharini bhakti? You will say who is a vyabhicharini lady? A vyabhicharini lady is the one who is always into serving his husband. His mind is always engaged in serving his husband nicely, and his mind is not going anywhere. Then she is called a vyabhicharini stri, a vyabhicharini lady. Her mind is always in serving her husband. And now opposite of this, vyabhicharini stri, vyabhicharini lady is one who is serving uh, different people. So she is vyabhicharini stri. Same way, avyabhicharini bhakti means that your mind is always engaged in serving Krishna only. It's not like what day is today? Wednesday or Thursday, maybe, whatever. So suppose if today is Wednesday, so it's not like okay, today is Wednesday, so let's go and let's just go and visit the temple of Lord Ganesha and let's just offer him some laddus. It's Wednesday today. Let's please Lord Ganesha. Or Monday, let's just go and give some water to Lord Shiva. It's when we are serving Krishna, then and if we are not serving demigods, then we are offending them. It's not like that at all. They are already satisfied when we are serving Krishna. Just like let's understand this with an example of tree. If you are watering roots of tree, then every part of the tree will automatically get nourishment. Leaves will also get nourished, flowers, birds, whatever the parts of trees, they will automatically get nourishment. But when you are instead of serving Krishna, when you are you're trying to serve any other person, then it is like pouring water on, particularly pouring water on leaves of the tree, pouring water on the flowers of the tree, and you're not pouring water to the roots of the tree. So will the tree will get any nourishment? No, right? So 𝗃𝗵𝗵 bhakti means that your mind is only engaged in the service of Krishna. Your one and only Premaspad is Lord Krishna. That is called 𝗃𝗵𝗵 bhakti. And by this only one can get Krishna. If anyone's mind is completely absorbed in serving Krishna only, completely absorbed means doesn't mean that you're 24, at least right now, hours we have not reached to at that stage that we are 24 hours we are remembering about Krishna only. But completely absorbed means 𝗃𝗵𝗵 bhakti means that instead of Krishna, you will not serve any other person. Complete surrender to Krishna means complete surrender to Krishna only and not any other person. You are completely dependent on the mercy of Krishna. You are convinced that only Krishna can deliver me with all my sufferings. Only I can only get satisfied by satisfying my Lord, my Krishna. So that is 𝗃𝗵𝗵 bhakti. And that's why Krishna is saying that you surrender unto me. Completely absorbed in me. That is 𝗃𝗵𝗵 bhakti. And surely will you come to me. And Krishna is promising this with us, dear devotees. So this is amazing. All right, now we will continue our discussion in our next class if Krishna is willing. We will stop here now. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Bol, Hare Krishna.